So there are lighthouses that line the Outer Banks. They're gorgeous, those tall towers with the distinctive color schemes.
Tonight, our Tar Heel Traveler showcases another lighthouse, one that looks more like a quaint cottage. We find Scott Mason along the river in Plymouth.
A lighthouse built in the early 2000s? What's so historic about that? Well, it's a house full of history.
This is a replica of the lighthouse that was at the mouth of the Roanoke River in 1867.
What happened to the original?
The original burned down, caught fire and burned down in March of 1885.
The replica was built in 2003 and rises by the river in Plymouth.
So it's identical in every way, except of course the original lighthouse didn't have electricity and air conditioning.
It's what's called a screw pile lighthouse.
It's screwed into the bottom of the river.
A screw such as this.
To help hold it in place.
In place in the middle of the river. And the river back then was like a highway.
This is how commerce moved. This is how people moved on the water. These lighthouses were traffic signals.
A traffic light that boats could see from more than 10 miles away.
Well, it's a great view up here.
A view of the Roanoke.
I mean, this is where North Carolina began. Roanoke Island, Lost Colony, is just right down that river.
The Roanoke River Lighthouse was a house, a home to the lighthouse keepers.
They served the public. That was their duty. They took it very, very seriously. And these people deserve to be remembered. I think lighthouse keepers were like ordinary, everyday heroes. They had to be absolutely dependable in some of the worst conditions imaginable. If there was sleet or freezing rain, they had to go out on that cupola and scrape the ice away in the middle of a winter sleet storm.
Author Willie Dry has always enjoyed the drama of a good story.
I wrote for National Geographic for about 15 years.
And then he dug into this area's history.
Underground Railroad activity took place here. We have documented that.
The history of Plymouth.
Plymouth is a very historic town.
It was once the state's second largest port.
The lighthouses were vitally important to their day-to-day lives.
The Roanoke River Lighthouse replica helps convey that history.
Lighthouse fans, and I think it's accurate to call them that, are passionate about their interests. We just had a guy here from California who came here, to see this little lighthouse.
And to learn of the brave souls who manned the light.
Help build the world we live in now.
Gosh, that history. So the lighthouse is open for tours Wednesday through Saturday. It is not only the Roanoke River Lighthouse, you'll also find another one in Edenton. Both pay tribute to a way of life on the water 150 years ago. Fascinating.